We are inside the simulator at the Seattle Maritime Academy. We're waiting on the U.S. Secretary of Education, Miguel Cardona, who's going to come take a look at the technical education that happens at a school like this. But in the meantime, we're all looking at this super cool simulator, wishing that we could do what the simulation is going to do today, and that is to park a ferry over at the dock.
Spot. So we're gonna start up the simulation, and then we're underway. We're on a Washington State ferry. We're on the Tacoma, and we're heading towards the ferry terminal. What the ferry captains do is they line up at the Smith Tower.
Oh, okay.
So you can see our bow on the little bow mast, and they'll line that bow mast up with the Smith Tower, and that's how they know where they're going. We're going 14 knots, which is about the speed the ferry run. And the things you need to know if you're docking a ferry is what these controls do. So this control right here is your stern propeller. And that's full ahead on your stern propeller.
I don't want to have a distracted driver here.
Thank goodness I need help to dock this ferry.
Geez.
Yeah, welcome.
How are you? Good to see you.
We are going to dock this ferry in downtown Seattle.
You ready?
You guys are.
Oh, we are, huh?
You are,
Oh.
yes. So we're heading in towards the terminal, full speed right now. And I was explaining that we have, it's a double-ended ferry. It's what Washington State ferries are. That's what you've ever been on. But they have a propeller in the back and a propeller in the front. So we've got them both going forward. The propeller in the front's pulling us, the propeller in the back's pushing us. You have a rudder in the back and a rudder in the front. So that's how you would steer. And you can use both of them as you come to the dock. So right now we're going full speed ahead on both, which is fine. And as we get closer to the dock, we're going to want to slow down, right?
Is there a bell we can ring anywhere? Just to let people know we're coming?
Just no viral of us crashing.
Yeah.
There is a horn if you want to know.
So that's the Smith Tower.
That's the Smith Tower.
Very,
That's what they use to line up on. And that will start turning us. So now we should probably start slowing down a little bit. So not with the stern, let's slow down with the bow. So bring the bow propeller back to neutral. This is the one up here, the propeller up here that's pulling us. Slowly back until it gets to zero. Okay? You can hear the engines are slowed down some.
They get too close.
Yeah, the other guy's departing.
can't do it.
So we're slowing down now, but we're still going pretty fast. And we're going to try to line up with slip 2, which is this one here. Slip 1's over here, slip 2, slip 3, so we're going to try to line up
where's
with
the
slip 2.
slip? Where's the, oh, I see, okay.
The numbers on it. And let me give you a hint, is that it's easier to steer with the stern propeller instead of the bow propeller.
There you go.
But you got the hang of it. That'll turn you over to the right.
So point to where I would be coming in.
So start out aiming between these two dolphins right here. And then once you get up
That's
there.
where it is? Oh,
Yeah.
I see now, okay.
And we were talking about the fact that it's got those dolphins there in case you miss a little bit, you'll bang
was
into
held
them.
up.
But
Just a
yeah.
little bit of a.
I need one of those
But
in
if
my
you do it-
garage.
if you do
I
it-
need one in my garage.
Yeah. You do it smoothly, you don't
Hey, we
hit
got
the
another
dolphins.
I know.
Okay.
Should I?
guy coming.
So we're still going. We're still going a little fast. So it's about to number 4 on there.
Okay.
And this is exactly how they would do it when they're approaching the dock. So now you're slowing down to number 4. They call that handle position 4.
Okay.
And we're approaching the dock. You may want to come over to the right a little bit to help you line up. There you go.
Oh,
Keep
so
going a
the
little
center,
bit more.
the center of this area here.
Yeah, the center of this
Gotcha.
area. And these are going to be the wing walls we're going to put our bow into so the cars can get on and off. So come over a little bit more and try to line up in there. There you go. And as we get close and we want to slow down more, then we're going to slow down with this one. We're going to go that one backwards. Yeah, but not yet. Not until it gets us lined up. Okay, that's pretty good there because you can see the ferry's pretty long behind us. So we've got to get it kind of over there and straightened up so we can come straight in. Very good. That's probably a good line there. And then as we get a little closer, then you'll come to the left and that'll move your stern around and get you the whole long ferry lined up.
You think you're still going too fast?
Nope, we're going 7 knots. They like to.
The crash, look at, she's predicting.
No. They like to be doing about 5 knots when they enter in here, yeah, and then backing down. So we're going a little bit fast now.
So pull back on this.
Yeah, no, not on that one. We're gonna pull back on the bow one.
Now I should start turning.
How much
Not quite
influence from
yet.
the tides?
Not quite yet.
You'll have some.
You
No,
have some.
just like probably 4.
Well,
Okay.
the bigger issue is really
So we're slowing down more now. We're to 5 knots, and this is just about the speed they like to come in. And so our bow, we're going to try to stick it right in there.
Gotcha.
Those are the wing walls, and that's where the car ramp will be.
Really being way to the right here is to that.
Yes.
Like parking, like a parking lot almost.
And you got to pay attention to the back of your ferry. So it's kind of straighten up now, so the back doesn't swing in too much. Try to get that balance. Very good.
Secretary's got a new job ahead of you.
Slow down a little bit more. There we go. That's good. Good job. Absolutely.
Alright, up you. Like this one.
Okay, we're down to 3 knots, coming in nicely. Try to get the bow over to the left a little bit.
This way?
Actually, with this one, you go like that, and with that one, that's good. Okay, so
Now it's
then, let's move that one to 0. There we go.
It's really great. Hey.
Okay. Nice grab on the steering. Almost there. Perfect speed.
Nervous here.
So if you can bring it out just a little bit to the left, probably bounce off that wing wall a little bit. Let's slow down the speed.
Oh,
Oh,
nice.
that's great.
Almost there. You'll feel it when we hit the wing wall. There's the wing wall. Now push it ahead a little bit on the stern rudder. That'll make the stern go up. Straighten up. Go perfect.
You like that horn.
We're here.
You tell him he's driving.
Back to 0.
Alright, yeah.
It's forward, so they have to pick up the tension. Yeah.
So, in addition to simulation, obviously, we need to put people out on the ships where they're going to touch real stuff. We do that as much as we possibly can here. Here in the diesel lab, we do a little bit of everything. We still have the diesel engines spread out because over the spring quarter in our advanced diesels class, the students in groups take apart a diesel engine and then put it back together. And they can do the, hey, Meredith, instructor, I've got an extra piece here. I don't know where it came from. Well, let's figure out what you left out. And then when they go out to a real ship and they're asked to do some of this work, they're not going to be experts yet. They've done it once. And now they can be a helpful person on the vessel.
I love that narrative as instructors that are across the country making sure that our women and girls are getting those courses as well.
Absolutely. I had an interesting conversation with one of our women students this year. She came to meet with me and said, I was really nervous when they weren't. There were only 4 of us. And I said, yep, I get it. You're absolutely right. I'm like nervous. Let me give you my perspective. I saw 4 women on day 1 and I was just dancing the hallway, and that's twice as many as I did last year. We're not there yet, but your presence here is movement in the right direction and wow, yeah, they are.
That's awesome.
Amazing. I'm so excited.
We'll have to get them out into the high schools, and because that's where when their eyes open up and say, "Oh, I love doing that stuff. I didn't know that I could." I see someone that looks like me doing that.
Yeah.
That's critical. The infrastructure. Okay. Oh yeah. I do remember. She was.
Women to
That's
get
awesome.
into the workforce. It's been pretty amazing.
Absolutely. And I am very excited about the prospects of beginning to diversify our student populations and beginning to diversify the maritime industry. And yes, I have Seattle Maritime Academy here, but I want to change the maritime industry in America, starting right here.
It has to look like America, or else as it grows, we're leaving a group out.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well,
Who
and
gave the analogy? Was it you? Tell the secretary.
I'm with Maritime High School, along with Tremaine, my principal. It's a public-private startup high school that began 2 years ago, and it's in the Highline Public School District. Highline Public School, 80% kids of color, 100 different Highline languages. And this school, Maritime High School, is aimed to ensure that kids can understand the amazing activities that exist in America. And we've got to start early. Great programs for the events. These are these last mile programs.
Right.
They're moving here to get that job. We've got to start recruiting kids in middle school to start imagining, and not just the kids, but the families to understand their
Changing their mindsets of what it is and what it isn't. A lot of times people don't know it, so they assume things. Yeah, good.
At the high school, one of the girls said, maritime runs from phytoplankton to superbugs. We need to give these kids the opportunity to see that look like that.
That's awesome.
So here in the Diesel Lab, we do a little bit of everything. We still have a lot of control over what's going on in their world when we're here. Maritime, I don't have a lot of control. So we take them out on the water. So we're going to head out and talk a little bit about what we've got going on the water.
Right.
We do that in a couple of different ways. We have an old 1950 era machine shop barge that still looks like it's in the 1950s on the inside. So we send our students out and they do projects. They do work. They walk around at the beginning of the quarter and create a work list. What do we need to fix? What do we need to work on? And we're slowly rehabbing it. They hate it at the time. They all come back at the end of their internship and say, you know what the best part of the program was? Was those stupid projects out on the barge with Steve Rochester doing work. That's what I had to do when I got out of my internship. Go do routine and ugly maintenance.
You learn by doing.
Absolutely. So we do that out here. If they break something, or if they can't quite get it fixed, no harm, no foul. Come back on Thursday when we have class again. We'll keep working on it. Ultimately, though, we take them out on the maritime instructor. Underway. I don't know what's going to happen when you get underway. I know enough to keep you safe, but I don't know what the traffic's going to look like.
Yeah.
I don't know what the weather's going to be. I don't know all of that. So, very unpredictable. I have complete control in this building. I have a modicum of control here. I don't know what's going to go on.
Gradual release of responsibility.
Absolutely. And by working our students through that full progression, they really are ready when they step on a boat to be a contributing member of the crew. And that's my goal, is to get them ready to be safe, ready to be contributing, so that they're successful in that first shipboard tour and they stick around for the subsequent tours and they launch into these careers that are just amazing.
You know, one of the things I just as a teacher, you try to give students hands-on learning. You've heard about that. Career pathways, CTE programs are just better pedagogy. I know the educators here, the state leader, it's better student engagement. You ask a student, what would you rather do? It's better student engagement. There's no better way to get 8th graders thinking about that school and this program than bringing them here and saying, yeah, you know, in about 8 years you could be, 9 years you could be doing this. So I think sometimes we undersell as educators how CTE learning is the best pedagogy, hands-on, experiential, inquiry-based. You learn by doing, you learn by making mistakes. The simulator, you know, if I crashed that, I'd still come to school. You wouldn't kick me out, right? Now, then I graduate to this, then I graduate to that. That's how learning should be. So sometimes we don't speak about that enough, that this is really high levels of student engagement for all students. Sometimes I think some of our traditional programs need to step up and do a little bit more experiential learning. This is why the students are excited to be here, excited to learn. That's good. I'm glad to hear that.
So that's Seattle Maritime Academy.
Beautiful.
And what we do, and we want to invite you back because you got the beginnings of the training.
We'll bring you fix something in there.
We'll bring you back for stage 2.
Yeah,
on your
yeah.
next
What do
visit.
you call it? Gradual release of responsibility.
Gradual release of responsibility. Right. He showed me the fun part. He's not showing me that I have to screw up the floor on that. So, just again.
So, Claire, if you want to get started first.
Hi. So you've seen a lot of different CTE programs across high schools and colleges. You mentioned, Detroit auto industry. What stood out to you today? Just this short visit on campus. What was unique about it?
Well, look, just opportunities. It's so exciting that the students here have more choices than they might have had in the past. I mentioned during the conversation, this is just good teaching pedagogy, giving students an experience to let them manipulate it. That simulator that the Congresswoman and I were able to safely navigate was a good experience. So for a lot of students, it opens their eyes to what's possible, because these things aren't always, when you're younger, you may not know that this exists here. To me, this program not only provides good pedagogy, good engagement, but it provides opportunities for careers. It provides opportunities for students to jump into the middle class and to contribute to their society, to their community here with good paying jobs.
You touched on it, Mr. Secretary, and as you were talking to the value of a school like this as we try to bring jobs back to the U.S. economy, and the landscape of education is changing.
Absolutely. The Biden-Harris administration and leaders like the Congresswoman here recognize that an investment in America is what's going to take us to that next level. We learned during the pandemic that we shouldn't be waiting for other countries for supply chain issues. So we're going to make it in America. And that requires an investment in America. So, the infrastructure plan, for example, the CHIPS and Science Act, there are so many opportunities now that we haven't had in the past. That's why I say this administration is about substance, not sensationalism. This is going to result in millions of jobs, high-paying jobs where you don't necessarily need a 4-year degree. You can go out, get trained here, and work making good money, providing for your family, setting up roots here. So for me, this is an example of when we talk about investing in America, what it looks like for the people of Seattle.
Last question over here. Do you have one?
Oh, no, go ahead.
Well, okay, so I was going to ask you, where do we stand? Are we going to see student loan debt relief?
Yeah. Well, listen, we, from day one, the president made it very clear, our student loan system is broken. Access to higher education is oftentimes predicted by race and place. We have to change that. There's so much talent in this country that we have to make sure are having access to higher education. And since day one, we've provided over $65 billion in loan approved forgiveness, and that's part of our DNA. We're waiting for the Supreme Court right now, but we're undeterred. We want to make sure that we're standing up for students, understanding the fact that borrowers have been hit pretty hard. And when we have some elected officials getting hundreds of thousands of dollars in loan forgiveness, and they're complaining that one of their constituents needs $10,000 and a little bit of assistance to get back on their feet after the pandemic, to me that's hypocrisy. All day, and I know she feels the same way. We're going to stand up for our students, we're going to stand up for higher education, and we're going to make sure we can do everything possible to support our borrowers and support our students.
Awesome.
Thank you, Mr.
so much,
Secretary.
everyone.
Thank you.